the First Take. Shea Cornette here with you. You're so far away from me. Vince Goodwill is here as well. Stephen A., good morning. Kendrick Perkins, good morning. How's everyone doing?
Good morning. Good morning, people. How y'all doing? Vinny's good to see you. Shea, it's good to see you. You know, Perk with that big, loud-ass blazer on. I just wanted to thank him because I've been watching TV since last night, and he has been all over the tube educating America about everything that was going on in the NBA. Whatever I missed, if I mess up today, it's all Perk fault because I'm getting my info from him.
Fair enough. All your fault, Perk, if he messes up.
Can you explain the chair? Can you explain the chair that you're sitting in today? Please. Can you explain that chair a bit?
the chair, you know, right? It literally reclines into a full laid out lounge. It's just that, you know, that wouldn't be appropriate to show on TV. But, I mean, it reclines big time and stuff like that, and I'm all about my comfort. So, yeah, that's what that says. That's it. Oh, by the way, Shay, I'm sitting on a cushion. By the way, Shay and fellas, I'm sitting on a cushion right now, just like I sit on a cushion in New York. You know what I'm saying? I got the cushion here, too.
What he's telling you, if he doesn't like his take, he's going to fully recline back and just snooze on it, okay? Just wait for the snooze when he doesn't like your take.
Recline back. When the producers want me to, I'll recline back for y'all. I'll recline back for y'all.
All right, let's go to last night. The Bucks welcomed the Celtics to Milwaukee last night, and they also welcomed Giannis Antetokounmpo back to the court. Giannis has been out since January 23rd with the calf strain, and while the Bucks were blown out by the Jaylen Brownless Celtics, Giannis had 19 points and 11 boards in 25 minutes. Here is Giannis on his return.
Right now, to be honest with you, I'm just happy that I'm out there. Now I've dealt with 3 injuries this year, and I'm just happy that I'm doing what I love. Obviously, I think we got 24 games left. It's 24 finals. We just got to take it a game at a time. You know, we dropped 3, right? We have Atlanta, Utah, and one more. I don't remember who else, but we just got to come out high intensity. Hopefully I can be in a better rhythm, have the team better, and try to win the next one.
Most Giannis thing I've ever heard. I'm just happy to be out there, right? Just so Giannis. The Bucks are currently 3.5 games away from the play-in. They went 8-7 while Giannis was out, but his return, was it worth it? Is it the right move? Kendrick Perkins, what do you think?
Hell yeah. And not because I got belief that they're going to get into the playoffs. I don't even believe that the Bucks are going to get into the play-in tournament. But what Giannis is doing right now, he's not thinking about the organization. He's thinking about the city of Milwaukee. He's thinking about the fans of Milwaukee. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to go out and give y'all everything that I got because this possibly could be my last season with the Milwaukee Bucks. I believe it is going to be his last season with the Milwaukee Bucks. So Giannis returning, although people are saying, what is he doing? The Bucks are not going anywhere. This roster is not good. They're not going to get into the play-in or the playoffs. I get that part, but this is the bigger picture. The bigger picture is Giannis is doing this for the fans and the city.
Okay.
I disagree. I disagree with you, Perk, but I will say this. That doesn't make what you said wrong, and it doesn't make Giannis any less admirable. As a matter of fact, you admire him more because of the reasons that you pointed out. I get you. But from a business standpoint, in terms of the sport of basketball, considering that the Milwaukee Bucks are on a fast track to nowhere, considering he's missed a career-high 29 games this season, 23 have been because of the calf injury, and because we're talking about the calf and how we all assume that essentially that's the kind of stuff that ultimately endangers you of ultimately tearing an Achilles. That's the concern that I have more so than anything like that. I totally understand. I get your point. Looking out for the fans. That's why you tip your cap to him. He should be one of our favorite superstars because he's that dude that tries to bring it every single night. He never, ever cheats the game. He never cheats his teammate. He never cheats the organization. He doesn't cheat himself. I love him. He's a great, great superstar, and the competitive fervor that he has where he ain't trying to make friends with the opposition, where he's trying to go at everybody's neck every chance he gets. That's just another reason to admire him so much. I get that part. But and I respect the hell out of him, and he's a superstar that anybody would want. We all know how I feel about him potentially being in a New York Knicks uniform. You know how much I would love that. I would love that more than anything. But the point is that from the business of basketball in terms of his health, his future, etc. If we're talking about a shoulder injury or something like that, that would be different. Even if we were talking about the knee to a lesser degree. But when you see people have the kind of calf irritations that he has had this season, where he's been forced to miss 23 games, and you consider what we're just witnessing over the last year, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, all out with an Achilles tear. When we saw what Kevin Durant went through, with his Achilles tear, how he ultimately experienced it before he ultimately tore it in Game 5 of that NBA Finals series against the Toronto Raptors. Those kind of things should give us cause to pause. It definitely should elevate the level of concern for somebody like Giannis, and I think caution is the order of the day, in my personal opinion. It does make me nervous to see him out there at this particular moment in time, especially for a team that ain't going no damn place.
So Perk says he's doing it for the people. Stephen A. wouldn't have a problem with it if it was a different injury that he is dealing with. What do you think, Vince?
I think there's a way for both Stephen A. and Perk can be right, but I'll lean towards Perk on this one. The last time we saw Giannis in Milwaukee, remember the whole booing the crowd thing?
Yeah.
That left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and he's had such a great relationship with that city, with that franchise, re-upping every single time. Maybe putting some pressure on the organization, but he's re-upped. And to Stephen A's point about the business element of it, I'll say this. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to offer him a max contract extension after the season, regardless of whether he gets hurt or not. We all know this because of how valuable he is to that franchise. Kevin Durant got signed to a max contract after tearing his Achilles at around the same age. Maybe it's 2 years older, 29, 31. Giannis has been a top 5, a top 4 MVP finalist the last 7 years. He's been one of the most defining stars of this generation, and he plays games. And I think you don't want to take that away from him. We have conversations on this network, on this show, all the time about players who don't play, players who load manage, teams who are tanking. You have a player, you have a franchise, they're willing to do that. I don't think tanking helps the Milwaukee Bucks because of the flattened lottery odds one way or the other, whether they get in or not. They're 3.5 behind Charlotte. It may help them to some degree with the lottery balls because there's no one team that's going to have a greater advantage over the other. I think for Giannis to go out there and continue to play, I think that shows a mark of his basketball character in ways that we discuss here that we question everybody else's basketball character.
Perk, before you chime in here, let me say this to you, Vinny. First of all, nobody's ever questioned Giannis's basketball character, and we never will. That's number one. Number two, Vinny, you know good and damn well we ain't talking about no contract extension offer from the Milwaukee Bucks. That's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is about a man that's looking, in all likelihood, to leave Milwaukee. This is a guy that, even Perk has come on national television and said he wanted to be in New York this past summer. So we know that essentially he has one foot out the door, which is why it was such a big deal when he booed back at that crowd, because we know how much he loves Milwaukee and we know how much he respects the fan base and the level of support and love they've given him throughout the years. But let's also remember the fact that he's returned the favor in droves. He's a 2-time league MVP. He's a defensive player. He's an NBA champion and an NBA Finals MVP. He has delivered for the city of Milwaukee in droves. He owes them nothing. And we're not talking about him with the Milwaukee Bucks because we know on one leg, unable to play, they will offer him a max deal, and they should. What we're talking about is him going elsewhere. And in order for him to go elsewhere, it would behoove him to remain healthy. And being out on that basketball court, playing for a team that's not going anywhere, is obviously a tough sell. But his basketball character is not to be questioned. We know it's there.
But all this is his farewell tour for the Milwaukee Bucks, because we know that Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to be in New York. Giannis Antetokounmpo wanted to be in New York. He went to the front office and wanted to get traded to New York before the